All right, next we're going to be looking at method statement question number 15 on LRBT3, or LRBT2, pardon me. Okay. Some critics argue that an opera's stage directions are never reflected in its music. Many comic scenes in Mozart's operas, however, open with violent phrases that sound like the squeaking of changing scenery. Clearly, Mozart intended the music to echo the sounds occurring while stage directions are carried out. Hence, a change of scenery, the most basic and frequent stage direction, can be reflected in the music, which means that the other operatic stage directions can be as well. All right, so again, our first step should be finding the conclusion. And that is that a change in scenery can be reflected in the music. And then we have the rest of that conclusion, which means that other operatic stage directions can be as well. But the main thing we need to focus on is that our conclusion is proving these critics are incorrect. All right, so let's see what we're working with. In the argument, the statement that many comic scenes in Mozart's operas open with violin phrases. All right, so the statement right here is offered in support of the claim that, okay, so is the statement that many scenes open with violin phrases for the scenery, is that supporting the idea that the music can't, that scene changes can be reflected in music? Yes, so it's supporting our conclusion. So we're looking for something that's supporting the idea that music in operas can be used to support stage directions or, yeah, so against these critics. Great, so let's look at our answers. A change of scenery in the stage direction most frequently reflected in an opera's music. This is very, very spicy. Is a change of scenery is the stage direction most frequently reflected? No, it's not saying that it's not, the statement isn't there to show that stage directions and scene changes are the thing that are most reflected in the music at all. We're trying to show that it's even possible for them to be reflected. All right. An opera stage directions are never reflected in the music. What? That's the complete opposite of what we're looking for. It's proving that an opera's music can be shown to support stage directions. C, an opera's music can have an effect on the opera's stage directions. Now, what I like about this answer is that we're combining music and stage directions. It's showing that there's a relationship, but the phrasing of this is really poor and kind of the opposite of what we're looking for. Opera's music can have an effect on the opera's stage directions. No, we're trying to prove the opposite. We're trying to show that the music is allowing and taking into consideration the stage directions, not that the music, and because it's there, stage directions happen. We're not trying to prove a causal relationship here. So C is out. D, a variety of stage directions can be reflected in an opera's music. Great. So again, we're linking stage directions, we're linking music. We're showing that by a violin being played to squeak like scenery changes, it's possible that the stage direction is reflected in the music. B's looking pretty good. Let's keep it in and look at E. The most frequent relation between an opera's music and its stage directions is one of musical imitations of sounds that occur when a direction is carried out. Again, just like we talked about in this last question, we want to be really careful in using words like better than, more important than, most frequent, because we're not quite sure, and that's a very spicy statement. So E is going to be out, and D is going to be our correct answer.